My name is Angie Worcester. I'm the Director of Communications and Operations here at the Women's Center of Greater Lansing. So we really started out in 2005 as a gap filling agency. There's other agencies in Lansing that deal with domestic and sexual violence, and they're really good at it. But there's always gaps, especially when it comes to continuation of care.
Among the things that we've always done are employment work. If somebody is hiding from a former partner, they may not be able to put them on child support, so they may need to find a job that pays more. They also may not be able to take certain jobs because of their name could be listed online or things like that. So we have to work with kind of a more complex client population who have, or I would say they're more complex, but their needs are different than, your standard white man walking in for his first job kind of stuff. The Career Boutique is, yes, a place where people get free clothes, but when they go up there, they are no longer a client, they are a shopper, and the staff member or volunteer with them is their stylist, or as I've been calling them, the hype woman. We also have computers. They use them for telemedicine, but lately we're seeing people using them a lot more for telecourt. A lot of victims of domestic violence while going through their divorce, they just don't want to be in the courtroom with their abuser. But not everyone has access to technology, so they can use it here. We also give out as many as 250 units of hygiene supplies every single day when we are fully stocked. Everything from menstrual products to shampoo. People just can't afford it anymore. And our final thing that's been getting a lot of positive feedback are our ice cream consent grants. I love these. I would have to make your ice cream sundae. You would have to make mine. So we walk in and there is the coolest ice cream sundae bar you've ever seen. But I have to ask you every step of the way your consent, because what if you have an anaphylactic dairy allergy? What if you're halal and don't want to eat the gummy bears? What if you just hate the taste of sprinkles, right? So the kids make these amazing sundaes for each other, and then they sit down at a table with one of our facilitators, and they start with a debrief. What did you like about that? What did you not like about that? And then they talk about consent in an age-appropriate way. We never actually talk about sex organs, even with the 17-year-olds, because consent is about so much more.
A lot of our clients, 89% of our clients, are survivors of domestic or sexual violence, or both. A lot of times in both domestic and sexual violence, we see reproductive issues across the board. Whether that's forced pregnancies, whether that's forced childbirth, or forced miscarriages. There's all kinds of reproductive issues. Some of our clients have never been allowed to see an OBGYN. Some of our clients are not allowed to take birth control because their abuser doesn't believe in it or doesn't allow it, or whatever the reason is. It's generally a power and control tactic. So making sure that women have access to healthcare and making sure that they have body autonomy is just another way to keep them safe.
Reproductive healthcare starts before anyone has sex. The first thought is, what do I want? Do I want a child? Okay, that's A. But if you don't want a child, it's now the question of what method do you want to use to prevent pregnancy? And unfortunately, the way that it works in our society in heterosexual relationships is it almost always exclusively falls on the woman. Whether it's the woman demanding that a man wear a condom, or getting the hormonal birth control, or any of the other methods. Things happen and we recognize that. So there are options like Plan B. That is not an abortion. It just either prevents ovulation or hardens the lining of the uterus. There is no fetus at that point. And then if either somebody didn't have access to Plan B or didn't know they needed it, the last choice for everyone is abortion. It's an emotional thing. I've never known anyone who loves abortion. However, it is necessary healthcare. It is both necessary for unplanned pregnancies as well as planned ones that things have happened in. We are not doctors or nurses. We are mostly social workers and a few other, other backgrounds. So the first thing is we don't step out of our lane. We want to refer people to the organizations that have the doctors and nurses that can really have these conversations. That being said, we are a lot of people's trusted place. They may not feel comfortable going to Planned Parenthood or going somewhere, and if somebody sees them walking into the Women's Center, they don't know if they're coming in for shampoo, for therapy, they don't know why, and so it's less scary.
So it's really important to us to make sure that our clients have that freedom even when they're being denied it in their relationships. There are agencies that deal with crisis as it happens, and they're experts at that, and we're more so the experts on 2 years later when the buzz has kind of died down and the adrenaline has died down, but those women still need support. And I think that's where we have always been and where we should continue to be.